The how and wherefores of electronic transmission of results, its workability or otherwise, still on the front burner as political bigwigs join different sides of the argument. INEC's Bimodal Voters Accreditation System, BVAS, will get its real stern test in a couple of weeks as the Anambra governorship election draws ever nearer. There's also the issue of heightened tensions in the state, called the light of the nation. It is a threat that the police is not taking lightly. Also today on Political Update, we shall review the All Progressives Congress state congresses, the consensus and the contentions. I'm Fisayo Ogunfui. Welcome. Let's congratulate the Muslim Ummah on this day, celebrating the Eid al-Mawlud. Let's take a bit of political issues making the rounds in the past few days. Former vice presidential candidate of the defunct CPC in the 2011 general elections, Pastor Tunde Bakare, has maintained his stance against rotational presidency, describing it as political immaturity. He spoke to newsmen after an audience with President Buhari at the State House. The clergyman also gave his views on other political issues such as the issue of restructuring, electronic transmission of results, and national cohesion.
It's our immaturity, politically and otherwise, that makes us say power must either be in the north or be in the south, instead of looking for the best, the fittest, the most competent, and people of character who love this nation. Not where they come from, is what they carry and what they have to offer. May the best of Nigerians rise, whether they are from the east, from the west, from the north, and from the south. Now, if there are agreements between politicians among themselves on rotation, a bargain is a bargain. That's between them. But as far as this country is concerned, what we need at this stage is men who can drive us to the El Dorado. Perhaps one of the best things the present National Assembly has done, especially the Senate, because with that, Nigerians can vote. And then the results can be transmitted so easily. If we can do not just transmitting results, but to be able to vote electronically, that would be wonderful. It would deepen and enhance our democracy.
Now, the ruling All Progressives Congress conducted its state congresses over the weekend. While some had communal consensus, others ended in fractious factions. Let's hear from Ruth Aguele.
Makura Toyin Batire reports that delegates from the 18 local government areas of the state were elected into the 34 various positions at the state level, where party members expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the exercise.
My charge to them is to keep the unity and the political maturity that exists in our party in Ondo State.
The people of APC in the states has entrusted their trust in me.
In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed reports that the party chairman, on behalf of the executives, assures party members of their commitment in fulfilling the party's aspirations.
I want to assure you all of our resolve to correct the past and work hard for a strong party.
Out of 36 members of the State Executive Committee, 13 are women. This is an unprecedented historical landmark in Kaduna State.
That was the atmosphere during the APC Delegates Congress in the Federal Capital Territory. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu reports that all 31 former executives were re-elected with security operatives on ground to ensure law and order.
So our responsibility is to reconcile and bring all the members to one umbrella.
99.1% totally in support of what has happened today.
In Ibadan, the scenario was different as the Congress was postponed by the national executive of the party as a result of document forgery to ensure credibility of the process. Lanrig Belei reports that party members who converged at the Liberty Stadium venue turned the situation into a jamboree.
But all the same, you can't just demobilize everybody just like that. People who are are here and they are celebrating.
Mohammed Goni reports that the Congress was peaceful, with critical party stalwarts in attendance as all party members adopted consensus method for the exercise.
I assure you, we will not fail you and your members. I believe the outcome of this Congress will be acceptable to all of us, will be beneficial.
In Kano, Ahmad Haruna Zago emerged chairman of the All Progressives Congress Kano State chapter in a parallel Congress. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports that the exercise witnessed low turnout of party members.
All the elections were conducted peacefully.
Still on those state congresses of the APC, Miogidi says the outcomes were a mixed bunch with handshakes and fist bumps in some quarters, while in others it was chest thumping and fisticuffs.
In Rivers State, delegates from the 23 local government areas voted to elect their party executives.
Was the reason we couldn't hold, or they didn't allow, they used the court to stop us from having a governorship candidate in 2019. Now, we are following the process. If you remember, same sharing we discussed before, that the party goes by consensus. And you say you're going to court. It's not by consensus, it's by voting.
Still feel agree. We still think that there will be room for us to continue to reach out to them and resolve whatever issues there are.
And in Imo State, Dr. Ebere McDonald emerges as the state chairman, while Matthew Omoare is elected deputy state chairman.
I've come to serve, I've come to unite, I've come to amalgamate, and inject fresh air and fresh strength in our party system.
In Edo State, Colonel David Emosho emerged the state chairman of the APC, where delegates from the 18 local government areas embraced consensus arrangement.
A team that is ready, willing, and fully prepared to play the role of credible opposition.
From Asaba, Delta State, Chief Sobotie Omeni emerged as the state chairman, following consensus arrangement.
Chief Omeni, Sobotie, should be the state chairman of the Delta State chapter. To overcome every difficulty as we forge ahead.
In Niger State, it was through consensus arrangement that produced state executives of the party. Though two parallel congresses were held, the one attended by the Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello and the chairman, National Congress Committee Ahmed Suleiman Wabai, was affirmed and recognized as the only APC state executives.
This is the only legitimate gathering, the legitimate assembly that is saddled with this process of electing APC ESCO in Niger State.
We adopted consensus at all levels. This, we believe, will unite our party supporters, and it has indeed united them.
And in Ekiti State, the immediate past chairman of the party, Paul Omotoso, re-elected through a consensus.
We are not going to let you down. We are going to do our best. We know the enormity of the task ahead of us.
This is what we are about in the APC. We're about progress, we're about stability, and we're about unanimity of purpose.
And finally, Lagos was a special case with not two but three chairmen emerging from different factions. Sadini Itaiwo gives us details.
It was Cornelius Ojalabi that emerged as state chairman of APC at the Congress held at Onikon Stadium under the supervision of National State Congress Committee.
We assure the party members in Lagos State of our commitment to lead the party to greater heights.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and about 1,614 other delegates affirmed this election in a voice vote.
Know truly well that this team will take Lagos, will take APC Lagos, will take all of us to a level that will be enviable to the national level.
2 other congresses held across the state, leading to the emergence of 65-years-old Beatrice Omotayo Tugbobo as the first female state chairman of APC in Lagos State, while Sunday Ajayi also emerged at a parallel exercise conducted by the Lagos for Lagos faction of the party.
This time around it will be different. Each local government will know what they are going through. We make sure that things fall in line in pleasant places for them.
What I would just advise them is just to have in their mind the commitment to the party.
It's just about playing politics of inclusiveness. When we bring everybody together, there is no need for unnecessary segregation.
The emergence of the 3 state chairmen for the party is coming on the heels of wards and local government congresses in the state, which also saw parallel exercises by the factions.
Okay, joining us now is the Director Organization, All Progressives Congress, National Secretariat here in Abuja, Professor Usiju Medana. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's natural to ask you, with all that we have showed, with my reporters running all over the country and sweating, that your phones must have been ringing. Have they stopped ringing?
Yeah, they're still ringing. And, let me just clarify this issue. Election is not an event. It's a process. And the process starts from the notice of election in compliance with Section 85 of the Electoral Act, where we send our letters to INEC and the guidelines and the panelists that are going to conduct the election. We sent it to INEC because they are to monitor and observe the election. Then our timetable, 2, we stated the day for sales of forms, then the day for the congresses and appeal, that is dispute arising from the congresses. Appeal will start from 23rd of this month to 30th of this month. If you can see, that means election is still on, because you have the appeal committee, and that is how congresses are done. And if you look at it, we have done ward congresses in 8,812 wards. That is where the Electoral College is built for these state congresses. In item, let's say, 9 and 10 of our guidelines, page 2 of it, you have the 5 delegates that were elected to come and vote in the state congresses from the wards. Then in each ward, then you have the chairman and the secretary of local government that are eligible to participate in the state congress. Then you have what is called statutory delegate in compliance with Article 12(7) of our party constitution. Those are the former current and past state houses of assembly members, then the National Assembly members, the Board of Trustees members of the party, the executive of the party, those that is in the national, those are qualified to vote. So then you have the delegates that are elected, as I stated before, the 5 delegates
from each ward.
From each ward. This is the Electoral College as enshrined in our constitution. So the party, in the wisdom of the national chairman of the party, His Excellency Maiman Abuli, inaugurated a reconciliation committee led by Abdullahi Adamu, the Senator Abdullahi Adamu committees. They are to go and reconcile warring parties after the internal mechanism has been exhausted. So the party has put things in place.
So did you anticipate this splinter?
Yeah, if we're a ruling party, I made mention of 8,812 wards, and we have done registration over 40 million members. Then some people, they come to this party. We all witnessed that. Definitely, they met some people there. And as a party man, you strategize. If eventually there are disputes, that's why the party put those mechanisms.
People, if we can move away, from the Congress, some people are saying you're having new members, and some, members that have been there feel a bit, threatening a bit because of, perhaps maybe the stature of some of the guys, new people coming in as well. So are you not having a few stones in your eyes now.
Fortunately, if you look at where we have the campees, we didn't have such problem. Ebonyi, Cross River State, it went seamlessly. And where we think it might not even happen, that is where you see some reports. But let me just tell you, issue of parallel Congress by definition is when the two groups splitted, that is the committee sent down to conduct the Congress, splitted into two.
And the officially recognized delegates.
Yes, splitted into two, and they went and conducted congresses. So that's why we are waiting for the report to see if there is a minority report by this committee. Then the door is opened by the party, because the party has put in, let's say, mechanisms to look into disputes arising from the congresses. First is the appeal committee. Second is the Abdullah Ademus committee. Then the third, which in the, I think, in the special provision clause of the guidelines, item 5 and 6, it says the CECPC, that is the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, is the final arbiter. So you can see the party has put in mechanism to reconcile, to look into matters on its merits, to now bring everybody together.
I'll come back to you at the end of the program, because perhaps it can also be a tussle for the soul of the party, because everybody get into position now, strategic, looking at future elections. But moving on very quickly to other political matters, the deputy chairman of the People's Democratic Party National Campaign Council for the November 6th Anambra governorship election, Governor of Delta State Ifeanyi Okowa, says party members in the Southeast will be adequately mobilized to work for the victory of the party's candidate Valentine Ozigbo. And then the Action Congress party has also inaugurated its campaign council for the Anambra governorship election.
With campaigns already in top gear ahead of the November 6 governorship election in Anambra State, the People's Democratic Party is assuring of a peaceful and victorious outing. Deputy Chairman of the National Campaign Council for the election and Governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, and the party's candidate Valentine Ozigbo at the PDP headquarters in Abuja, said the party's campaign will be in accordance with the provisions of the law.
We want to reassure the party that we are going to put in our all to ensure that we reconcile everyone and that we'll go into that election as one body.
The PDP governorship candidate for the Anambra election says he was in Delta State, where he already met with indigents of the state, resident there, to sell his manifesto to them ahead of the poll.
I am coming into being by the special grace of God, not just as the governor of Anambra State, but governor that Igbo nation is proud of. This is the man of today. This is the man of tomorrow.
Meanwhile, the leadership of the Action Democratic Party has inaugurated its National Campaign Council for the November 6 governorship election in Anambra State.
The major thing that we are going to do to win Anambra is to engage the grassroots.
What wins the election is how you relate to people on the ground.
National Chairman of the party, Yabagisani, who presided over the inauguration, asked the Independent National Electoral Commission to adopt the electronic transmission of results for the poll.
Now, sometimes the pidgin parlance, while I know the finish, holds true in the nation's political terrain. The SY National Chairman of the PDP, Prince Uche Secondos, says he's undeterred and would pursue justice to the logical conclusion.
Prince Uche Secondos, through his media advisor Ike Abonyi, explained that he's not in court against the party, but was dragged to court instead by a person allegedly bent on hijacking the soul of the party. The focus, according to Prince Secondos, is for justice to prevail, a process he's determined to pursue to save the party from people he referred to as hirelings out to destroy and derail the focus of the party. He maintains that his seeking justice is as enshrined in the PDP constitution, which is supreme, and states clearly how a national chairman and any national officer can be sanctioned. Meanwhile, the national leadership, zonal and state executives of Arewa PDP support group believes that the ongoing negotiations among PDP stakeholders, aspirants and PDP supporters on the best choices for the party's forthcoming elective national convention is a welcome development. Leader of the group lauds the emergence of former President of the Senate, Dr. Yochi Ayu, as the consensus national chairmanship candidate of the PDP for the North, describing it also as a welcome development, which portrays a good omen for the party.
It is also worthy to note that the position of National Secretary, which is zone to south, is very important. Therefore, the choice of Senator Samuel Emmanuel Anyanwu from southeast by a large number of the critical stakeholders from the south is indeed a welcome development.
This is just a position for the PDP Nigeria, not just southeast. I'm only an instrument to be used by the southeast.
The group promised to continue to mobilize members to fully participate in the forthcoming convention and 2023 election to give the PDP the taste of victory that they are striving for.
All right, we still have the director organization of the APC right here with us, Professor Siju Medena. Before we let you go for some time, we've been seeing an influx of new members in your party, and you are, an academic. Of course, you're a politician, but also an academic. Now, we've seen this. A lot of people will say, where is it? Is there an issue of a game of numbers, some kind of evangelism, as against political ideology?
I think if you look at the performance of the government across the country, and you look at the temperaments of the president, you look at the people now handling the party, led by His Excellency Honorable Mem Alabuni. And he has attracted a lot of people into the party. And politics is a game of number, it's numerical. And anywhere in the world, there is majority ruling minority, and that is how the game is.
What about the issue of similar thoughts as well?
Yes, actually, it's ideology. And when you agree with the ideology of a party, you just look at the people in the party. How do you now converge together? How do you think together? How do you move your party together? And I think that is the essence of people coming back to the party.
Anambra is in 2 weeks.
Yes, we are very much ready, and we are prepared to take Anambra. By God's grace, we are going to win the election.
Everybody is saying that as well. You can see the...
You see, politics, that is a good thing about democracy. Everybody will get ready, and what you sell to the electorate, that is what we have. So many things to show for Anambra people to now agree with us.
All right, for the past almost half an hour, we've had Professor Siju Medena, of course, and I've been talking about the State Congress of the PDP. We'll also be looking at matters arising in other parties on Friday as well, and look forward to the Anambra election. That has been political update for today. Thanks for joining us. The holiday is just one day. That's why it's called holiday. So see you at work bright and early tomorrow. And don't forget to watch the Nigerian Television Authority for news, reviews, previews, and interviews. And before I go, don't forget to play your politics for the greater good. Bye-bye now.